Welcome to the first development log. Now, before I can tell you about my new game, I have to tell you about one of my previous games, Deep Space. You see, Deep Space was the first game I ever released on Steam. Some might say a bit early. It was a top-down action horror game. But, regardless of its outcome, it spawned wild ideas of a grand universe with different cultures and history. Ideas and cultures which I've been writing down ever since. And one recent event allowed me to go back to those ideas and refine them. They can't stop all of us. My most successful game ever released with 200,000 downloads. Granted, it's a free-to-play, but still, nearly 250,000 people played my game. And it generated enough revenue from DLC to allow me to get a new job where I work now. Why are these events important? Well, unfortunately, due to the failure of Deep Space, I never had the ability to express those ideas to the degree that I would want. Until now. First of all, I have to get this out of the way. No, this is not going to be like the first game I made. In fact, this is what the game looks like right now. I'm only a week and a half into development, but I feel like I've accomplished so much. There's a full working movement system, animations, and even inventory which lets you equip, unequip, and drop items. So that's where the game is so far. In fact, just compare this to this. This is what They Can't Stop All of Us looks like before the polish. This is what you often do in game development. You develop the features and gameplay, and then later implement the graphics. Now, a system of movement, animations, and fully functioning inventory with equipment system in and of itself is good, but what's even better is the back end of the engine. I want to be able to make different weapons feel different at a fundamental level, so I've equipped them with plenty of features. You see, already every item is storing some core variables. The sprite, or the icon of the item, the visual, how much it weighs, and how much it's worth to sell. But weapons in particular already have a large set of customizable options. Granted, there's no combat system yet, but these options will come in handy later. What kind of weapon is it? Is it a melee or ranged? Does it take up one hand or two? What's the minimum/maximum amount of damage that it will be able to deal? How often can you use it? And then some other useful features like, can you aim with this weapon? Does it stop you from moving while it's in use? And other miscellaneous options. Another part of the engine which hasn't yet been implemented in-game are dialogue trees. In previous games, I've attempted to hard program in dialogue for characters, but I needed a more interactive way of doing it. So I created this. A fully functioning node-based editor that allows me to create new dialogue options for NPCs. Now it's not hooked up to anything in-game yet, as I said, but with a tool this easy to use and powerful, I should have no problem creating NPCs that you can speak to and quest givers in the future. So to summarize, in-game there exists movement, animations, inventory, and equipment management. Behind the scenes, but not yet implemented, there exists a large array of useful options for items, as well as a powerful dialogue editor. So, that concludes the first devlog for Deep Space, New Action RPG. Oh, and by the way, I also made some cool concept art, which I'm actually so proud of that I made it my wallpaper. So, if you're interested in supporting me, you can check out my Patreon or join over 500 people in the Discord where we discuss matters of the utmost importance. And thank you for watching.
Or a deep night FM DJ voice. You know how it is. Why was that so seductive?